Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey, everybody. I know I'm coming at you way out of the time that I usually would. I'm completely packed up. The only thing is a little few odds and ends. Y'all know how it is when you're moving. And the studio is the last big thing that I have to pack. So I thought before I broke it down, and not be able to give you a proper live stream, I'll probably do like a vlogging live stream or something like that for the next couple of days until I get back set up, because I'm actually moving. Found a place in New York. Hubby's supposed to be coming today to help me get my last things together and move me to New York. So this is really interesting. This is new. This is new. This is the final Chicago episode. Yeah. I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I actually hit the road, never to come back again. You start thinking about the stuff you didn't do when you had all the time in the world that you had to do it, and now it's like everything you want to do, everything that you never did. I do feel a little nostalgic, Snuggles. I know it's going to be kind of bittersweet. Hitting that road one way. Just one way. Not coming back no more. I ain't got no place to put the keys. Chicago is not my home anymore. So there is a little bit of like, okay, this is really happening. This is really real. Last week, it was this Sunday, just before my sister left for good, because she has moved out of town, we had to put down her cat. So that cat that everybody thinks is a baby in the background, is in kitty heaven. His name was Shadow, and Shadow was a fixture in our family. Shadow was 16 years old, and we had him since he was a kitten. And I very, very much missed that little cat. But we knew that he wasn't going to make the trip because he was sick, and he was an elderly cat. So he wasn't going to be able to make the trip all the way and make that flight, because we would have had to sedate him, and I just didn't see him waking up off of that sedation. A 16-year-old cat is probably like in their 80s in human years. Thank you, Malika. So have a safe move. Congratulations. You deserve happiness and a new start. You're a beautiful woman and a class act. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you so much. So it was difficult. Thank you, Big Sneeze, and thanks for leaving your mark in Chicago. NYC, here you come. Thank you so much. So it was difficult, because Shadow was like a family member. I came in looking for him. You know what I mean? Like hearing him, I miss hearing him, and his antics all through the house. So he was a fur baby family member. He was a four-legged family member, and he will be greatly missed. He was ready. I've never seen a cat be ready for that. He was like ready for it. he knew what was happening. Like, he knew what was going on. And he was, like, cool with it. Like, because he usually cry and get crazy when you take him outside, because he was a house cat. He didn't like being outside. He didn't like his harness. You know, he get leash paralysis. You know how cats do. Their legs don't work when you put the harness on them. And, but he was like jumping in my sister's arms to put his harness on. Like, he was stepping into it, because she talked to him about it. She told him what we were going to do, that he was going to take a nap. We were going to put him to sleep. And Shadow was an interesting cat because he understood English very well. Like, he understood concepts. It was weird. Like, Shadow was a highly intelligent cat. So, like, you could teach him stuff. You could tell him stuff. And he would, like, have a little cat conversation with you about it. Like, he would come ask questions and all that kind of stuff. Like, you could tell from the meows when he was asking questions and when he was satisfied with your answers. So Shadow was a very interesting, very, very intelligent cat. Very intelligent cat. So he kind of understood, I think, what we were doing. And he was, like, cool with it. He was quiet. He was calm. He never freaked out. And Shadow will freak out. But he never freaked out. He just sat there. And he just laid there until he took his last breath. Thank you, Miss Luke Casey. Stardust said, my cat man asked before he went, how do I look? Yeah, like, yeah. But Shad was my guy. Shad will be missed. But, so, now that I give you a little update. Oh, I got married April the 26th. That was the marriage date. So, all right. We're going to get to Fresh and Fit because I usually don't comment on Fresh and Fit. Everybody's got their niche. You know, they have theirs, I have mine. But I ran into a clip of theirs that I'm like, sometimes you gotta stick to what you know. And in this particular instance, the women kind of didn't know, but Myron didn't know either, and he was talking like he knew, but not really. This is some of the danger that you get when you surround yourself with thought pockets all day. You start forgetting what women actually do and the value of women, because that's what is actually being talked about in this clip. What's the actual value of women? So when you are surrounding yourself with thoughts all day and hyenas, you can't really see that value because they're not going to show it to you because they don't understand it. Thank you, Bighorn. Said, what does Shadow look like? I'm a cat person. He was an all black cat with a little bit of white on his chest. Did I say thank you to Luke Casey? If I didn't, thank you, sweetheart. Okay, so we're gonna start the clip. It's kind of long, so we're not gonna go through the whole entire clip. But I want you to listen to what's being said, because I'm gonna be stopping it and giving my analysis. Not exactly a tuxedo, but I get what you're saying. So let me share screen, and we're going to just listen. Here we go.
If women didn't offer sex, do you think men would still deal with them? We'll start here. Yes or no? Keep it 1,000.
Sometimes. I don't know. If women didn't offer sex, would men still deal with them?
If women didn't offer sexuality, would men still deal with them?
Well, I want to say no, because I think when you first see somebody, I'm not sure, maybe y'all can answer this, but what do men see? Don't you see appearance, sexuality?
Okay, I'm just asking you what you think.
Yeah.
All right, what about you? Do you think?
Yes.
Why?
Because women were created for beauty in this world. A
Go,
man
queen.
needs beauty. Like without women, it's not going to work. Like
So
it
you're
would
arguing
be
sexuality
miserable.
when I asked you a sexuality question?
You said, do men, if a woman did not have vagina, did not have sex,
Yeah.
would a man want to talk to her?
Is it
Yeah.
that
Yes.
they didn't have a
I think a
vagina at
man
all?
gonna see a woman and be like, damn, like this is a beautiful, like let me
Queen.
get to know a little bit. Let me find out. Let me try to talk and pick her brain a little bit at least.
But the reason why men find women beautiful is because they want to have sex with them.
Because that's what's out here all the time. But if sex was not out here and a man seen a woman without sex, without thinking about sex, he would still be curious and go and talk to her because we need that. Men need that.
Or would he talk to men?
Without women, there would be no beauty. Like if it was just men, like if it was just men, like
I'm just saying.
Now, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop this real quick. And let me come back to you because everybody's looking at her weird, but she got a point. The only thing is that she's divorcing it from the sexuality, but she actually has a point. She's talking about the core of femininity, being a muse for a man. Women are muses for men. Our beauty does inspire them. It inspires them. This is what Kevin Samuels was talking about when he was talking about women need to be FBI, feminine, beautiful, and inspirational. What is the inspiration part? Women are supposed to be inspirational because we're supposed to be beautiful and feminine. The only thing that she's missing is that sexuality is intertwined into femininity. You understand that? So she's not completely wrong and she's not completely right. She get it and she don't get it. If I'm being understood, because the conversation continues and I really want to point something out, right? You just can't divorce that from a woman's sexuality because her sexuality is also intrinsically tied into her femininity. He finds her beautiful, but he also finds her sexually attractive. So that's part of the beauty. But also part of the beauty is the non-sexual part of that. There is a non-sexual component. That is when a woman is a muse for a man. I'm my husband's muse. I am my husband's muse. He's not only sexually attracted to me, he's attracted to my beauty, and not just my physical beauty. He's attracted to my mental beauty. He's attracted to the beauty of my heart, the beauty of my femininity. I inspire him to what? To want to do more. I inspire him to want to aim higher in his life, do better in his life. That's the inspiration. That's what my femininity, or one of the functions of my femininity, is to him. And when you are surrounded by so-called modern women and thoughts all the time, you actually tend to forget that part. Thank you. Rock Dixon said, keep up the good work, CC, but nah, if women didn't offer sex, men would treat them like furniture, LBVS. But that's what I'm saying. I need people to get where I'm going with this. Thank you, Joe Chill said, enjoy your life and marriage in New York. Always happy to see you moving forward. I'm sure you'll be missed in the shy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sivan said, thanks for teaching, caring, being consistent, and not being petty. Thank you so much, Sivan. I greatly appreciate. Africa's King said non-sexual just mean friend zone. No, I can't friend zone my husband. Okay? You don't friend zone your husband. I'm talking about a sexual relationship. There is a non-sexual component to women that men like. Case in point, men are getting sex now because a lot of women are hoes. So sex is easy to get. It's easy. Sex is easier for a man to get than it was 100 years ago for a man to get. Because so many women are giving sex away at this point. If that was the only component that men liked out of women, they wouldn't be asking for femininity out of them. The problem is that too many people divorce femininity from sexuality. So just when I say there's a non-sexual component to me, people automatically think, oh, I'm not going to have sex with my man. That's not what that means. That is not what that means. Trust and believe my husband don't have no problem getting sex from any woman he want to. That's not problematic. That's not a problem. That's easily on the table. Hoes is giving that up. Everyday hoes get that up for free. You ain't even got to talk to them long to get that. But if sex were the only thing that men liked, they wouldn't be asking for femininity from women as well as sex. They want sex, but they want femininity with the sex. Men want femininity with sex. They want a woman's sexuality and her femininity. They don't want one or the other. They want both. So to answer the question that he asked, would men mess with women without sex? No. No, they would not. So let me answer the question straight out. The question that he asked if women did not offer sexuality to men, would men mess with them? The answer is no. I don't believe that they would mess with women at all. The point that I'm making, though, is that femininity comes together with the sexuality. Too many people are divorcing it. The lady that was just talking was trying to divorce a woman's femininity from her sexuality, but they are together. I hope this ain't one of these conversations that's going to go over everybody's head. Because I've been talking about femininity for years now. Is this one of these conversations that's going over everybody's head? Thank you, Eliza. Say, congratulations, Kimson. Thank you for letting me know that I wasn't crazy on this lonely road. I'm a better woman, wife, and mother thanks to your love and willingness to share your wisdom. Thank you so much, Miss Eliza. You are so very welcome, sweetheart. Is this one of these conversations that's going to go over everybody's head? Because we think too dichotomously, one or the other. Two things can't be true at once and all that type of stuff. I don't know what to tell nobody. If in this whole culture a man can't get sex from some kind of woman, even if he got to pay for it, I don't know what to tell you. Because there's some flat out hoes out here, like open, proud whores that will screw anything. Okay? So if you are a grown man out here and you cannot even get sex if you pay for it, I don't know what to tell you. Because this some downright whole culture out here Okay? Hoes. Ready. They ready. Okay? They talk all that flim flam about what you gotta do and what you gotta have to get in the panty drawers, but that's all cap. It's some hoes out here. These women is not getting these 100+ body counts being particular about the men that they sleep with. Let's be real. Thank you, Too Tall, so outstanding as usual. Okay? So let's just be real with that. These women are out here with 50, 60, 100, 200 body counts. They are not being particular about the men that they sleep with. So if you're not getting one of them in the bed bent over somewhere, I don't know what to say to you. I can't help you. Because you can't tell me no woman got 150 bodies on her and all the dudes was fine and all the dudes had money and all, man, come on, man. She let a bunch of scrubs bump her off. Come on. This a freak on the block. She ain't got no standards or no men. She ain't get that 200 body count being selective. She was closing her eyes and just letting trains be ran on her. Come on now. And if this is the chick that's got them kind of bodies, and she always with a Pookie and a Ray Ray, and you're not Pookie and Ray Ray, you shouldn't even want her. Don't worry about her. That's the hoe in the street. Don't worry about her. What you worried about her for? What you want with her? If you better than her and you better than the men she picked, what you want with her? Why you worried about what she do? You should be worried about what a lioness is doing. Worried about a hyena for? Standing outside the boneyard mad because they look like they having fun in the boneyard. Stop. Thank you, Chano. So thanks for sharing your space with us over the years. Congrats on a new move and brand new beginnings in New York. Thank you so much. Now, we're going to let the conversation continue. Let's go.
There's no beauty. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is that if they weren't attracted to them and they didn't offer sex, would men still deal with them?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. What about you?
No.
No. Okay. Why?
I don't know. I just think men are in for a few things, and that's one of them.
Okay. What about you?
Yes.
You think so? Why?
Yeah. I think with like my exes in the past that they're more comfortable talking to me about problems or their emotions. I don't know if they talk to their guy friends about that, but that's just my opinion.
Did you have sex with those exes?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
I like sex too. So
no, I get that,
yeah.
but I think the conversations that you're talking about that you think they value you for is in fifth place compared to what they're really there for, but that's fine.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you think men would still deal with women if they didn't provide sex?
Yes and no. So we give different perspective to men.
Okay.
So I have a lot of male friends that are just platonic with me. I've never slept with them.
Hold on. Get it platonic. You are them.
Oh, like I make it platonic.
Yeah.
I'm not interested
So
in
then
them.
ultimately,
They're still trying to sleep with me.
so then they're not your friends.
But
It's not platonic then.
It's not platonic.
okay, so my longest friend, I've been friends with my longest friend for 16 to 17 years.
Bruh.
he's
waiting.
He has a girlfriend.
So?
And like I know he loves me, but I can go to him for anything.
you.
But it's
This is
probably
a
because he
friendship?
wants to sleep with me.
Duh.
But
So he's not your friend then.
Here's a better question. If he wasn't attracted to you and didn't want to sleep with you, do you think he would sit there and tolerate being in the friend zone this long?
no.
There you
No,
go.
that's
What about you?
Yes,
Why?
because you need something more than sex. You can't just have sex in a relationship.
I mean,
Okay, why would when men deal with women then?
I mean, then why don't you just deal with men then? If it's for the sex, then you just
Men don't have pussies.
She said sex
Yeah.
is sex, though.
They got
it's
booty
sex.
holes.
They got
And don't you deal with females just for sex?
yeah.
Okay.
You feel me?
You said women have personalities?
I'm skipping ahead because they're kind of joking right now a little bit, but I want to get into the meat of something else.
Who do you think is more interesting in general, men or women?
So you saying men would just be around each other all day?
Yes, they would. I believe so.
Yes.
Like,
I've seen them.
You have to think about it. Everything that a guy knows, they want to be homeboys. They want to be with their homeboys.
What man, what homeboy gonna be like, all right, let me
That's
be
not a man, though.
gentle
That's not a
today.
real man.
Let me
If you wanna
let me be nurturing today. Like, men don't have that instilled in them. And a man needs nurturing and like a caring woman, a listening ear. Like, men don't, I mean, I
Okay,
don't know.
well,
Men
let's
are
let her
around each
finish. So
other.
you said because women have, what was that again?
We have personalities. Not everything has to be about sex.
Really?
Yes, like you could find somebody funny. Like you.
What do you think is going to be a more evaluating conversation? A man talking with
sex?
another man or a man talking with a woman?
A man talking with another man.
To me, a man talking to a woman, because we have such different worlds. Like you don't understand. Like girls, you know,
Okay.
it's
What
a
in the
different
girl
world from
world,
being a man to a woman.
Okay, explain to me why getting a female perspective is so valuable, as you would say.
To get a
This is what I really wanted to get to. He's asking, what is the value of the feminine? What is the value of femininity? That's what he's really asking.
female perspective,
Yeah.
why is it so valuable?
That's what you're arguing.
Why
right?
is it not? It's a female. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're a female, if you're a
Who do
guy.
you think lives a harder life, men or women in 2023?
Man.
Men. That's
Okay.
true, men.
So if a man lives a harder life, what value can he possibly derive from an individual that lives life at a way easier level?
You think women have it
Checkmate,
easy?
bro. This is
You think
Now, I'm going to come out of this. That's where I really wanted to go. Thank you, The Truth. So keep doing your work, DJ Fish Grease. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kevin. Say your truth on. Our people will always be appreciated. Praying for your new move to New York. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate. So that's where I wanted to go with that. The women were trying to say a feminine perspective is important to men. He's saying that it isn't important because men live a harder life than women do. He's wrong about that. He's wrong about that. He's wrong about it. What do I always teach? What are women supposed to give men? If men have foresight, what are women supposed to be giving them? See, his question is, what is the value of femininity? And he's purporting that there is no value to femininity. That's what he's really saying. That femininity doesn't have a value. And that men don't have a value, that women don't have a value, that femininity isn't valuable. It isn't valuable at all. If femininity was not valuable, men would not ask for it. When men ask for femininity, they are not asking for sex. And men know this. When my husband asks me for femininity, he is not asking for sex. Just because femininity is intrinsically tied to our sexuality doesn't mean there are no other aspects of femininity. Because men want, in a relationship, in a marriage, men want women to submit. Men want women followership. Men want women to honor his leadership, to take his word, to take his advice, to follow his structure, to put herself underneath him, and do so willingly and exude an energy that he does not exude. He want her to give him the opposite thing. Now, let me school a little bit if Myron is watching. I'm going to tell you why the perspective of a woman is actually important. Not a hyena, a lioness. I usually give the example. Men look at things. This is how their foresight works. Imagine a man having a bird's eye view of a city. He's few thousand feet in the air. He can see the city. He can see what's coming, what's going on, and he utilizes his forethought in order to solve current problems, potential problems, future problems. He sees these things going on. He's able to plan, he's able to build because he can see the entire picture. He can see the bigger picture. This is what men having a vision is about, because he can see a bigger picture. He can see that picture better than women can, because he lives his life externally. That's just how he lives his life. That is how his perspective is, just because of male nature. That's just what it is. Now, female nature is intrinsic. We don't have a whole lot of foresight, but men don't have a whole lot of insight. Imagine not only that the man is a couple of thousand feet in the air, but women are ground level. She can see the details that he can't see because he's too far up to see the minutia, and she's up close. She sees it. So she's able to communicate from a different perspective. Literally, she's looking at the world from a different angle than he's looking at it, based just strictly because she's coming from a feminine way. She's living a different life. She sees things differently. She experiences life differently. And if you have a lioness, she's going to communicate the part you can't see. When a woman has her man's back, that means she has his six. That means they're back to back and she can see what's behind him. He's looking everywhere else. Okay? From 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, he's got it. I got his six. Okay? But before I continue on, we got new sponsors. So after these messages, we'll be right back.
Friends and family, I'd like you to check out blackcommunityspeak.com. Now, blackcommunityspeak.com is a forum-based website, so something that's very simple, where you can get on, you can get off, get involved with a lot of topics. Now, Black Community Speaks is a place that's for black men and women to talk about issues that's affecting the entire community. So on blackcommunityspeak.com, they talk about topics in the range of news, what's going on in society, relationships, technology, business, food and recipes, gaming, health and fitness, music, and many, many more. On Black Community Speak, it's a place where you can be safe to say what you want to say without the fear of big tech censorship. So make sure you head on over to blackcommunityspeak.com and sign up today.
That was our new sponsor of a forum, Black Community Speaks. This is a really, really important forum, and literally it is a forum where you can go. Please go and sign up. Somebody put blackcommunityspeak.com into the chat as a link. One of my mods, please do that so we can pin that. Go over there and sign up for the free forum. You don't have to pay anything, but this is where a lot of important discussions are taking place. a black brother, you know, has created these forums so that the black community can come together in a positive way and talk about our different experiences and come to some solutions and resolutions, the both men and women. Thank you so much, Miss Love C. Black Community Speak. Let me go ahead and pin that to the top of the chat. You can go ahead and click that. Like I said, take a look at it. Sign up for your membership in the forum. It's completely free. You don't have to pay to become a member on the forum. We just want people to be able to come somewhere and have meaningful discussions. All right. Thank you so much. Before we get back to that, I owe y'all a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to, because we got 294 awesome people who have already hit the like button. Let's see if we can get the other 300-400 people to hit the like button as well. Thank you, Miss Bella. Now we can move on to what we're talking about, right? Because I really have, this is the problem that I have with hyenas, right? Because they completely and utterly destroy and they pervert what femininity is. The ladies, the couple of ladies that were saying, yeah, well, men would talk to us, and they started trying to describe femininity, but they couldn't put their finger on it. That's part of the problem. Because they're not raised in their femininity, they know it exists, and they know that it's supposed to be something that attracts men on a deeper level than just sexual. They know that, yet they are unable to articulate it because they don't live in it. They don't live in femininity. They don't live in that energy. They don't operate in that energy, so they can't articulate that energy. What women do is internal. It's largely abstract. So when we say women are muses to men, the one lady, like I said, she was right. You are supposed to be that beauty. You are supposed to be that thing that is attractive to men just because it's there. Because without the feminine energy, men would drive themselves crazy. They would drive. Y'all know what men would be doing if there was no feminine energy to temper them? See, a lot of modern women go right to biology. Well, we have babies, and all that stuff is true. All that stuff is nice. But they can't articulate femininity. And sadly, some of the men who are asking women for femininity can't articulate it. One of Fresh and Fit's biggest things that they talk about is how modern women are not feminine. But when it comes down to articulating what femininity is and whether or not it has value, he'll say it don't got no value. You can't have it both ways. You cannot ask women and keep your foot on a hyena's neck about not being feminine and then in the same breath say there is no value in femininity. You either want it or you don't. Because why would you want something that don't have no intrinsic value? Why do men want women with femininity? Why not a masculine woman? If femininity has no value and only masculine energy has value, why not a masculine woman? If femininity has no value, then nobody should be having a problem with hoe culture as it stands. With a bunch of masculine women that are over sexual and that feel like she don't got nothing else to offer in the world but sex, but her booty, but her vagina, but her whatever it is that she, you know what I'm saying, is offering on the sexual arena, then nobody should have a problem with it. Nobody should have a problem with thought culture. If femininity from women was unimportant, nobody should have a problem with thought culture, because that's actually what feminism taught women. That is what feminism taught women. Feminism ultimately taught women that there was no value in being feminine. There was no value in the traditional gender role. There was no value in upholding a feminine stance. And so because femininity has no value, you need to go into masculinity or pseudo masculinity or whatever it is, come completely out of that role, and men will value you, and you'll have just as much or more value in this society than you did before, which we actually understand is not true. We are looking at the failure of that message. We are living in the failure of that message. Thank you, 39 Dina. It fails. This is why I say he's incorrect about that. Can't ask women for femininity, and then once femininity is articulated to you, you don't like it. You can't in one hand say sex is the only thing that is important to men from women and then be mad at the hoes that's only giving up sex, asking them why they not feminine and why they won't have femininity towards men. Can't do it. So this is really what I wanted to come and point out today. A lioness, a truly feminine woman, her femininity is extremely valuable to men because men are asking for it. All over the internet, men are asking for femininity. Kevin Samuel's entire platform was discussing the lack of femininity and all that it entails on his show. Every day he had a live stream. That was the basis of the conversation. The women lacked femininity and everything that femininity entailed, including having sexual discernment, not having a whole bunch of bodies and a whole bunch of men and a whole bunch of baby daddies and all this other stuff. Her discernment, that come with her femininity. Her sexuality is intrinsically tied to her femininity. A woman with a whole gang, with a whole graveyard behind her of bodies is not exuding femininity. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee she's not a feminine woman. And I can guarantee you she's not a feminine woman because feminine women have discernment about who we give our bodies to. That's why the body count don't be high. Because there's discernment about that. Wait a minute. I'm not just screwing every guy that come across me. Every dude I can go anywhere in the city and somebody done had sex with me. Like, no. It ain't nowhere I could go where a story can't be told about what kind of train got ran. No. Feminine women don't operate that way. Because we are actually looking to get into relationships where I can display my femininity in its entirety, not just the sexual part, but everything. So that when my husband asks me for my femininity, and he don't come say, give me femininity, it's just in our organic interaction with one another, I'm giving him my femininity. Even when we're not in bed. When we're not in bed, I'm still feminine. And that's the valuable part. That's the most valuable part. The sex is important. Because he didn't come over here to be my friend. You understand? The sex is important, but it is not exclusively important. If I was not feminine with him, he would not have married me, sex or not. That's the part. If I were not feminine, he would not have married me, sex or no sex. It was the femininity that made him marry me, not the promise of sex. Because he wasn't hurting for no sex from nobody. It was my feminine approach. It was my submissiveness. It was my willingness to follow. It was my good followership. It was my willingness to just get immediately on his program, immediately in his vision, immediately supporting, immediately giving my insight, immediately giving him a soft place to land, immediately, you understand? Because I'm intelligent. Feminine women are intelligent. So I have an insight to give. If he comes to me and he wants to discuss something, I've got input that makes sense. And it's coming from a feminine place. It's not coming from a masculine place. I'm not, hey, dude, you feel me? Bruh. You're like, I don't talk to him like that. I don't approach him with that energy. My energy is very soft with him. Very soft with him. He can do that in the street. My husband from the Bronx, he do that all day. Hey, fam, he do that all day. All them hard legs, he know. He in the gym every day. That's all they do. What sense would it make for him to come home and I'm doing it? Hey. Why is he getting that same energy from me? That don't make no sense. He's not looking to get that energy from me. He's looking to get a softer, more cooperative, not challenging. You know, I ain't getting at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he come to his boys with like a problem, they not gonna soft shoe that. They gonna be like, man, you know what I'm saying? You stupid. They gonna talk like that to each other, but they mean. They mean. That's how they communicate with. I can't talk to him like that. You know what kind of problems we'll have in our house? If he come to me and say, like, man, you stupid, man. Why you do that? Like, his boy can do that. Cause he ain't gonna take it that way. But I'm not his boy. I'm his wife, which means I'm his subordinate. I don't talk to him like that. I guarantee you, if there was no femininity, there would be no marriage. That is why modern women are suffering not being married, because the sex is there, but the femininity is not. You got to join the two things, the sex and the femininity, not one or the other. Because men don't, what we found is that men don't value women that only have sexuality and not femininity. They don't actually value them women. That is what we see the reality of. The reality is that men do not value women when she only has her sex to give. That he don't value. What is that? Thank you, Miss Luciana. Say congratulations on the new move and my condolences about Shadow. Our fur babies are family too. They are family. And thank you so much, Miss Luciana. They don't respect that. They want a woman with femininity. And when you feminine, you finna toot that thing up anyway. Okay? If you ever watched a lion and a lioness, she always somewhere taking it. Stop playing. She ain't somewhere being, oh yeah, I'm a lioness and we don't do the man. Listen. A lioness always somewhere taking it. And get on up, go get a gazelle, come back. You know how many times lionesses and lions mate when she's in heat? How many times they do that in a day? Like 30, 40 times a day until she pregnant. That's what lionesses do. Our husbands ain't nowhere, somewhere trying to figure out when his next sex gonna be. He ain't got to figure that out. If anything, he trying to get some work done. And he would appreciate it. I mean, it's cool, but he would appreciate it if you just let him get a few minutes worth of work done. Because listen, let me tell you something. A feminine lioness always somewhere prancing around the house. We prances around the house. Do you understand that? We prances. Okay? All the ladies, all the feminine ladies in here can attest. We prances around that house. You gonna give me some attention. You gonna give me some. Lionesses want a lot of attention. We want a lot of attention. And we know how to get it. Okay? Now I be with my husband. All I do is prance around the house. He can't get no work done in there. Thank you, True. Said thought pockets are either too cold in the middle or lava hot and they burn the roof of your mouth. Never has there been a perfect thought pocket. Thank you so much. Okay? All lionesses do is prance around that dang on house. Don't let the kids be at school and stuff like that or somewhere, please. So I just wanted to touch on that today. I really did just want to touch on what lionesses actually do. What the value of femininity actually is. Thank you there. I said it says salute. Thank you so much. Said with marriage, you never have to worry about your conscience. Exactly. And that is actually one of the jobs of a lioness. We understand how to keep the lion calm. We know how to keep him in good spirits. Think we stupid? I keep my lion in good spirits. He always be cheesing. I keep him in very good spirits. He ain't gotta worry about nothing. That's what we do. That's part of the inspiration. That's part of the feminine inspiration. That's part of being a muse. That's part of being a muse. Listen, let me give you a little Patreon shot for a minute. That's part of being the muse. You be the muse. You be beautiful around him. Give him sex. I'm talking to the lionesses. Give him sex. After sex, he gets post-nut clarity. With post-nut clarity, he can resolve any issue that he was having trouble with or any plan that he couldn't quite put together or any part of his vision he could not quite see. Post-nut clarity will let him do it. That's part of how you complete being a muse to him. You be beautiful physically. You be beautiful mentally. You be beautiful in your speech. You be beautiful in your disposition. You be beautiful in your behavior towards him. Be beautiful to him. This unlocks his 4 P's. This unlocks them. His provision, his problem solving, his protection, and his procreation. Then go have sex with him. Go have sex with him. Because you're going to inspire that. That's part of the procreation piece. You're going to inspire that part of him. Now he going to want to touch you. Now he's going to want to hold you. Now he going to want to kiss you. Now he going to want to be intimate with you, because that is what men do. After y'all are intimate, he gets post-nut clarity. That is a different energy that he unlocked, that you helped him unlock. Now with that energy, they call it post-nut clarity for a reason. He not only gets clear on who he is with you and what you are to him, but he get clear on everything in them last. If he take that energy and go to work, he'll be so much more productive. That's why y'all men production be going down, because y'all be holding back femininity and sex from him. Y'all don't give him the clarification. Y'all don't cleanse his energy. Y'all don't clear his energy out. Y'all supposed to clear his energy out. That come with clearing other stuff out. Thank you, Bureau. Say good luck with your move to New York. Best wishes, and looking forward to seeing you in the cook and seeing you cooking the Big Apple with your YT Silver trophy in hand. Best wishes. Yeah, you know what? It might be a good thing that they holding back on it so I can have them a new address to give it to. So if you are beautiful to your man, be beautiful to him. Like I said, not only be physically beautiful to him, be beautiful in your speech, be beautiful in your behavior, be beautiful in your energy to him, be beautiful to him. Once you give him that beauty, once he take that and then y'all are intimate with each other and he take that energy, listen, he'll go build the whole world. He'll build the world by himself. He'll go over there and just build the world by himself. That is what muse and inspiration is in terms of femininity in your marriage with your husband. So this is why I wanted to have the conversation. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Break this studio down. This was the last Chicago show. When I see y'all again, I'll probably be on the road, or it might be a mobile show or a car show or something like that. But I'm definitely going to keep tap with y'all. I'm not going to let y'all go too long without content. But I love you. I love you guys. Thank you guys for all of y'all support that you give. Man, all right. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.